Hello, how are you doing? This is Barnabas. Welcome back. And if you're watching us for the first time, this is your #1 YouTube channel that brings you great entertainment, inspiration, and some good information from down here in Melbourne, Australia. Due to public demand, today I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to come to Australia regardless of your level of skill. In the coming weeks, we'll be breaking it down to different professions. But to start with tonight, we will do accountants and related skills. So tonight's show is relevant for everyone. But if you're an accountant or in the following professions: economist, external or internal auditor, finance broker or financial market dealers, finance manager, insurance agent or insurance brokers, mathematicians, tax accountants, and so on, pay even closer attention. 3 ways in which you can come to Australia. #1 is if you get sponsored. If you can get an employer who can give you a job while you're still overseas. Well, if you've watched my previous videos, one of them I explained and said it's a very difficult thing to get. It's not very easy to get someone to give you a job while you're still overseas. Majority of employers here will reply back and tell you that you have to be in Australia for you to be given a job. I don't rule it out, but it's not a common occurrence. Now, it can still happen, especially in two ways. One, for employers who are in remote areas, they have looked for someone to fill in positions. They have advertised within Australia and they are not able to fill in those positions. Then they are given permission to look for someone from overseas. In that case, if you apply such kind of jobs, you can get those jobs. Secondly, if you're working for an international organization or the Big Four, for example, and you're working in another country, you can apply for a similar job in those areas, in those countries. And if you're lucky, you can get those kind of jobs. In that case, it will be like a transfer, So it's much easier if you're working for an international organization. The second one is if you come here on a skill assessment. You come here on a permanent residence visa or any other work visa. Now, I have explained the process of skill assessment in my previous videos. If you have time, please look for that video and watch it. But these are briefly the steps for skill assessment. #1 is you go in the official immigration or Home Affairs website and do your eligibility test, okay? Where you put information there and you'll be told whether you are eligible to apply for assessment or to go ahead with your visa processing. Well, you have to be very honest with the information that you put in there. Otherwise, you might go ahead and do a lot and spend money, then somewhere ahead or somewhere along the line, you're disqualified. So you have to be very honest with the information that you put when you're doing eligibility test. After doing eligibility test, then you can go ahead and do assessment of your qualifications with the authority that is relevant for your professional. For example, CPA Australia is for those who want to come here as an accountant. Vet assess, for example, is for internal auditors and external auditors. Insurance agents, for example, will do assessment with vet assess. Finance managers or finance market dealers will do assessment with Finance Brokers Association of Australia, and so on. So you can submit your papers for assessment. When you get your points or your assessment as positive results, then you can go ahead and express your interest. After expressing your interest, you can then go ahead and lodge your visa application. I won't be worried about the kind of visa to apply before doing assessment. So some things come first. You do your assessment first, and then you start thinking about which kind of visa to apply, whether it's regional or whether it's in the city, you know, those kind of things. I wouldn't be worried before I do my assessment. So after you do your assessment and you do expression of interest and you get a positive result, then you go ahead and lodge your visa application and you wait for your visa to be granted. Then the last way in which you can come to Australia is through student visa. Now, if you're not able to, or if you're not eligible because probably your qualifications are not enough to be able to put you through to apply for permanent residence or a work visa, because, for example, they will need a minimum of undergraduate qualification in your profession. They will require, for example, a work experience for a certain amount of years. They will require you to do English test, for example, to attain a minimum points that they will state. So if you're not able to get those kind of qualifications and you're not able to apply for either permanent resident visa or a work visa, then an easier way to do that is, and you're still determined, you can apply for student's visa. Now, student visa, you just shop for a university, choose a course that you want to do. If it's an undergraduate, choose a course, apply for the course. If you get invited, then you use that to apply for your visa. A degree will take like 2-3 years. It's usually about 15,000 Australian dollars to 30,000 Australian dollars. So you shop around, look for, you know, if you're looking for cheap, if you're looking for universities in the city, it depends on what you're looking for. But there's lots of universities. Look for them, apply, and when you get accepted, and you can use that to apply for your visa. I know it will be difficult, or it will be challenging 2-3 years. After that, you will be given like 2 to 3 years of what we call bridging visa. Now, this bridging visa allows you to apply for permanent residence, and in that time you'll be working unlimited hours. You will be processing your visa for permanent residence, and then you can settle in Australia. Now, let me know in the comment section below which profession you want me to tackle next. Is it the nurses? Is it the engineers? Is it the surveyors? Please let me know in the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe today. Like, comment, subscribe. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Till next time, my name is Barnabas, the son of encouragement. Bye-bye and have a lovely evening.